Hi, my name is Hal Palmer, and this is my simulation reflection presentation for Marketing Management, Marketing 241. All right, I'm going to go over what I learned through this process of the simulation rounds and the marketing class. Round one was market research. It's where we had to do basic market research using or choosing different marketing questions. I'm glad we got to choose them. They're already prepared for us. There's a lot of questions to choose from. And we also purchased market reports to learn more about the product and our competitors and market prices and what's available out there. Market two is where the rubber meets the road. And we took the market research and we selected a product, we selected the price, and tried to position the product. Which you can see I did not do real well, especially with the pricing. I priced it way too high. In round three, I got to adjust the pricing. I improved it a little bit, it's still too high. The ad spending, we got to initiate that and promotions. And I didn't do so well starting out, but I didn't do too bad either with ad spending and promotions. In round four, here we got to work on pricing, which I adjusted again, and I was able to get that into the optimum area in the green section. I didn't improve much on ad spending or promotions. I did make adjustments, but they didn't improve very much. And we got to initiate our product distribution in this round. And I chose Jenny and June, Ollivanders, and Fashion House. And again, the results weren't what I wanted, but it did okay there. Round five was optimize our distribution. And I did make some adjustments and did some analysis with a spreadsheet and those city bags over Ollivanders, and it put me in the green. Also, I chose the right promotions to put me in the green. And the pricing I left alone, but the ad spending, I made changes, but still not doing quite right. Round six, I adjusted the pricing slightly to optimize our revenue and margin. And I increased it to $5. I'm still in the green and improved the revenue, improved the margin, not the margin percentage, but the margin. Promotions I left the same, and product distribution I left the same because I felt good about those. However, the ad spending, I made some small tweaks, and I had to, I'm honing in on either Pinterest or Twitter. It's hard to tell which one might be doing better, so I split the amount of money between those two in this round so that I could analyze it better in the next round, final round. And in the round seven, I did choose Twitter over Pinterest and left promotions and product distribution the same because I felt about those. However, on the pricing, I still wanted to experiment with it, even though it was the last round, and I increased it by $1, and it put me back into the orange area, saying it was too high. So I shouldn't have made that mistake, but I did just to test the waters. The 4 P's of marketing. I didn't do a great job in selecting the product, but I did fine. I was able to make adjustments along the way. Why? Perhaps personal biases got in the way. I should have picked full leather instead of leather and gone with the market research there. And price, my pricing was terrible to start with, but I was able to hone in on that pretty quick. Using strategies like the skimming, price skimming, or I also used the psychology strategy. Most of my prices ended with 9 until round 5, when, was it round 5 or 6, when I increased it to $164. Also, promotion and place. Promotion, I really liked all the promotions. I don't think there's really many wrong answers. There are just some that were better than others. I was able to make adjustments till I got the right ones for that. People like free stuff. discounts and free shipping, these kinds of things. Place, obviously social media is the place, and that's how it is in real life. If I look at my own life, I listen to the radio when I'm in the car just for a few minutes every day. I rarely watch TV. I pay no attention to billboards, and I don't subscribe to any magazines anymore. And something that I noticed that wasn't included in the promotion is emails. I think that's an area of marketing that is quite valid still. All right, what went right and what went wrong? What went wrong was in the first rounds. You know, and I think most things went wrong there. I made bad decisions, I guess, didn't pay attention to the market research we had. And maybe this reflects on real life. You know, the first time you do something, you usually make some mistakes and you learn from that and you do better next time. So maybe I can do better next time. Mostly what went wrong was not analyzing the data enough or in the right way or trusting it. What went right? Market research went right. I felt distribution went right, and promotions, I only had to make one adjustment to get those honed in. You know, what made things go right was when I started to analyze things closer, and I made spreadsheets to help me analyze these things. That way you can find the details that you can't see just on the surface by glancing at them. The challenges were mostly the second, third rounds. I mean, back to, you know, making initial decisions is hard, unsure, indecisiveness. Making initial adjustments was hard, but as we went along, adjustments became easier to make. Ad spending was probably the most difficult challenge overall, and it took me till round 7 to get that one right. You know, I was having a hard time choosing between Twitter and Pinterest. I thought Pinterest, my gut told me that meant the persona better, but it really boiled down to creating a spreadsheet and analyzing to determine that Twitter was better. The equation that I used was revenue over cost, which is very similar to what Brother Benyon suggested is conversion over cost. One just involves dollars and the other one doesn't. So in my conclusions, I think it all boils down to that we're all marketers. We all, no matter who we are, what we do, we're involved in some sort of marketing, whether we're a salesman in the business or the advertiser or we're on the production line, where all these principles can apply to us in some way. And I think that class was great to teach that. You know, the 4 Ps are the basic building block of marketing, and all principles fall from there. Even when times change like they have, the principles still apply. You just have to think differently and apply it differently. For example, using the internet instead of a brick and mortar store. And that's not always the case, but these kind of changes have to make us think differently. Of course, you know, it all starts with a good idea and a plan. Market research, positioning, differentiating your product from others, you know, finding that customer need and satisfying that need, selecting the right price. Sometimes the right price is not the cheapest price. Social media is a must. Branding is a must. And to get your reputation, build your product on quality. And did I say differentiating? I think I did. So anyway, the last thing is you must be proactive and change with the market and not be left behind. And also analyze your data and see how you're doing and be efficient. Thank you very much. It was a great semester. I appreciate Brother Benyon in teaching us. And thank you again.